Hey guys, Redneck Mini 14 here, and I'm doing this video because I just sold my Chiappa 1911-22 already. And if you've seen the videos I have with that gun, which there's only two of them out there, you're probably thinking, wait a minute, didn't you just buy that gun like 2 weeks ago or something? Yeah, actually I did. And basically, I bought the gun because I wanted it to be something that I could play around with, and if I came across something that I really liked, or if I needed cash, I could sell it and just get a, $100-200 out of it. So I bought it for $135, and the reason I sold it was because the other day I went into a store and they had a gun that I really liked, and I asked them if I could hold it and look at it and all that, and I fell in love with the gun. I had to have that gun. So I instantly thought of, how am I going to pay for this gun? And I was asking about how many they had in stock, how many they usually get in, which it's just something that they got in on like a special thing, like it's not something they carry all the time. So it's just really a special deal, basically. So I was asking about their layaway program. I asked how many they sold so far, which they had only sold one in the past like 4 or 5 months or something. So I'm pretty good on that. But anyway, I figured one thing that I would have to do in order to pay for it was to sell the 1911-22. So I did. I sold it to another friend of mine who he said that he was kind of interested in it. I mean, he knew it wasn't a very high quality gun, but he was going to want to do some work on it, and he was going to try and figure out how to suppress it and all that kind of stuff. So basically what I sold it for was, I sold it for $100. But also with that $100, I got this box of brass. Now this is 9mm Luger brass, and I've actually discovered that there's some 380 ACPs mixed in here. So I mean, that's not a big deal. I just gotta go through them all and make sure that this is only 9mm, and I take the 380s and put them in my 380 can. But there's about 800 pieces of brass here, and brass is not cheap. If you've ever tried to buy brass, brand new at least, it's not cheap. I mean, I was looking at a bag of 130 carbine brass, and that was like $35 from brand new from the reloading store. And I was like, wait a minute, that's I could buy 50 rounds, 50 complete 30 carbine rounds for that same price. And and with that with that 100 pieces of brass, you also need to have powder, you got to have bullets, primers, you got to have reloading dies, all that stuff. And that's when I learned that brass, brand new, is fairly expensive. This is all brass that was picked up off the range. It's it's once fired or a few times fired, depending on if whoever had it before reloaded it. But it's all tumbled and cleaned and all that, so that's pretty good. And with all of this brass here, plus all the brass that I've already had and all the ammunition that I have for my 9mm, that's about that's about 2,000 pieces of brass right there. So I mean, I'm pretty set on brass for 9mm. But of course, I could always use more, because 9mm is a caliber that there are a lot of guns that I want in 9mm, and a lot of them are military style guns, like the Beretta M9 or the Browning High Power, or maybe even the SIG P226, you know, those kind of guns. The Luger P08, the Walther P38, you know, all those guns, they all shoot 9mm, and they're all guns that I would like to buy someday if I could ever, you know, come across them or find a good deal on them or whatever. But they all shoot 9mm, so in the future I'm potentially going to reload a lot of 9mm brass, and this is a good start. You know, this about 800 pieces, plus I already have like 1,000 pieces already. So, you know, that's a pretty good start. So, anyway, tell me what you think. Do you think I got a good deal on that 1911-22? I mean, if this was brand new brass, this is probably like over $100 worth of brass right here. And I basically got it free with the deal. So, yeah, tell me what you think. I personally think I got a good deal, and if you're wondering about what that gun is that I just fell in love with, tune in the next couple months. You might see it. Of course, it'll probably be at least 2 months before you see it, so anyway, subscribe to my channel, like me on Facebook. I'm Redneck Mini 14, and until next time, be safe.